up, New Jerseyans? It's Alex here, back with your weather forecast, and oh boy, and I'm excited for some thunderstorms and even some frequent lightning possible tomorrow. I'm very excited about that, but models still have to lock in for, we'll know exact details for tomorrow morning, so let's just hope the convection arrives after school around 4, 5, 6, and I think we have a very good shot. If we get sunshine tomorrow morning, just a bit of a peak for half an hour or 60 minutes, we are going to have some dangerous thunderstorms to talk about tomorrow afternoon. Any thunderstorm could pack a 60-plus mile-per-hour wind gust, frequent lightning strikes, and we're talking positive lightning strikes as well embedded in there, small hail, and even the real chance of a tornado. I'm going to get all of that into this video. So, starting off with the NAM, this is for your, 6 a.m. morning commute. Not too bad. Timing has shifted a little later. It's just maybe some light rain, maybe some moderate downpours at times. But watch what the NAM does here. It tries to get a little bit of a clearing period. And watch what's going on near southern New Jersey, the Virginias, and into Delaware. Very strong thunderstorms, severe weather occurring. You can just see that north to south orientation. Look at that line. Look at this line by the time we get into noon. Just absolutely thrashing through these areas. 1 p.m. Look at this. We might even have some discrete cells in there. So this is going to be something to watch out for tomorrow, because I think we could be doing some very frequent lightning if there is indeed a line that forms. 2 p.m. Look at that line blazing through. 3 p.m., 4 p.m. continues. So, this line is going to pack quite a punch, I think. This is quite an impressive setup for tomorrow. This is around for your 3 p.m. We're not in the brunt of the action yet. In that line, okay, the reason why we're talking about such a high chance of frequent lightning tomorrow is the SPC has a marginal risk for New Jersey. And you may be wondering, why the hell? Well, okay, so first off, model trends are starting to show that there might be thinning of the clouds or maybe even some sun late morning until early afternoon. And along that line, 50 to 60 plus knot winds just above your head, roaring. And those clouds are going to be moving extremely fast, rocket pace. And if you think about what causes lightning, you need updrafts to drastically form, right? Well, we have ingredients. That warm front that's going to come up from the south to the north late morning until early afternoon. It's going to produce CAPE, and also your wind gusts will extremely increase. It could be talking about 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts once we get into the afternoon tomorrow. And once we get into that 4 to 5 p.m., we could be seeing 60 plus mile per hour wind gusts if these storms shape up like they are right now. Because warm front and cold front collision, and you have dew points in the mid-60s, one side of the front, other side of the front, 40s to 30s. Very strong forcing. And what this causes is, if you didn't learn meteorology, when you have two fronts combining, that's when you get the vertical growth in these clouds and allows the charges, and the separate charges thing that causes lightning things, right? When you get growth in clouds, that increases the lightning potential. That's why I'm thinking we could have some robust lightning in some of these storms tomorrow. Robust lightning. There could be some frequent lightning strikes. This is going to be quite a very volatile setup if we do get any sun that peaks up in the morning or in the late afternoon. So I warned you, and I really emphasize that you heed my advice. Do not go out on the road 3 to 6 p.m. Very nasty conditions, severe conditions potentially. Then that exits out, and some very gusty winds for your Thursday night, and then Friday especially, these winds are going to be cranking 40, 50, 55 miles per hour plus. Yeah, these winds are going to be definitely very strong on Friday. This is definitely going to be worth a wind advisory at least for Friday. And Thursday, tomorrow, I would not be surprised if parts of New Jersey would get a high wind watch or even a high wind warning. So I think that needs to be monitored. I think that is certainly a potential possibility. So yeah, that's the breakdown of things. There's just one model showing. Well, you can also take a look at the ARRR here. You can also take a look at the ARRR. Same idea. Look at this. Look at this convection really starting to go on 2, 4, 5 p.m. And this is like the same exact trend that we were talking about on the models. Now, we're actually going to maybe get a new update from the HDPRS if we can. I think, yeah, it's not too far out. It depicts severe weather events very well. And since we're seeing agreement with the RFS, I'm thinking tomorrow could be a very dangerous day. Okay, so this is going to be around, let me get timing here. Okay, this is going to be roughly 1 p.m. tomorrow, 1 p.m., okay? We are going to, okay, shoot, wrong model, my bad. Sorry, rusty. Okay, so 1 p.m. What you're noticing is there's a very potent line of storms. I mean, this is a very potent line of storms. And this is, the type of storms where it could produce a lot of lightning, damaging wind, absolutely, hail, and even tornadoes. I can't rule out a tornado threat entirely. SPC does have a tornado threat. Wouldn't shock me at all. Now let's get into 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Line holds together. It really does hold together. 3 p.m., 4 p.m., look at just the shape of this line by the time we get into 4 p.m. I mean, this shape that I'm seeing right now, it is incredibly concerning. That shape right there tells you how much lightning potential this thing can have. Not only that, but your damaging wind threat increases a bunch when you see that line of embedded potential supercell structures and just a very thin line of convection. This is telling you how strong these winds can be tomorrow. And I'm not going to rule out that someone could see a 65 to 70 mile per hour plus wind gust because of these powerful winds aloft. If any of those winds mix down with those thunderstorms, we could easily be talking about 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. I'm warning you right now, it might even go that insane. We might even get a severe thunderstorm watch tomorrow. I'm not sure about that, but you just get the volatility of this setup. And, I mean, look at this. Just a full-on line of storms marches. I mean, even gets a discrete supercell into Middlesex County. I don't agree with that entirely, but, I mean, you just understand how volatile this setup potentially is. Lightning flash density is really just impressive. We are going to be talking about frequent cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, damaging wind gusts in any of these storms with that narrow line of convection. And we're going to be talking about the potential for potentially an isolated tornado or two. It's not out of the question. Wind energy is significant. So any thunderstorm that mixes down, going to be talking about damaging winds and potentially some frequent dangerous lightning that can, strike trees or stuff. So, you just got to be weather aware for tomorrow afternoon. Going to be very interesting what happens, but we'll see. Also, we're going to take a look at the wind gusts later, but I'm telling you, these winds are not to mess with. I think we could potentially get a high wind watch for tomorrow afternoon because of these volatile conditions. Going to be talking about a high wind warning potentially, and then a wind advisory on the backside for Friday. And don't get fooled by Friday, because Friday we could be looking at lots of power outages, lots of problems, tree branches falling down, maybe some trees. Not only that, you got that, but fall debris is going to clog up drains and pipes, along with that torrential rain that we're expecting for tomorrow afternoon. That's going to cause even worse problems. So really just take it slow out there tomorrow. Again, I'm warning you, 3 to 6 p.m., there are going to be some very volatile conditions. And we will have to see if the sunshine comes out late morning to early afternoon. That can really explode these thunderstorms and those updrafts. So we'll see how bad the damaging wind threat gets and the lightning threat. Because, quite frankly, if we do get sunshine, we could be talking about 200 to as much as 600 lightning strikes in a given town. So it's going to be very frequent. And, I mean, it's not typical to see this in late October. Very, very kind of rare, not gonna lie. But you have everything lining up. Wind, shear, cape, thunderstorm energy, and just fuel in general. Dew points, mid-60s. I mean, this is very, very, very volatile. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Again, stay weather aware. Be ready for alerts for tomorrow, severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe even a tornado warning or two. I can't rule it out. Be ready for these storms tomorrow. Hunker down your, stuff from the ground. I don't know, like if you got like a wind chime or something, maybe it's a good idea to put it down or something, because I don't want any chairs flying through fences or trampolines. So maybe just try to secure them as much as you can. And I mean, there's nothing much else you can do. But, you gotta stay prepared for this storm, because this is gonna be a big one. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later.